Welcome back. My name's David Finn and I'm the director for the 2020 Ipswich Film Festival for Youth, a short film competition for kids 7 to 25 years. With me today is our second judge for 2020, Mr. Greg Huglin.
Santa Barbara surfer, filmmaker, and adventurer Greg Huglin has found a way to make his life revolve around being in the ocean.
I went to San Francisco Art Institute to get a degree in filmmaking in '71. In '74, I spent 9 months sailing around the sailboat Tahiti, the Tuamotus, the Marquesas, doing a sailing film. And then I got job shooting a lot of the Perrier commercials for Europe. And that gave me enough money to be able to kind of do what I wanted to do. Financed a film that I made in the late '70s called Fantasy that we spent 4 years on going around the world. Ended up as a fashion photographer in New York in '85, making a lot of money doing that. And that gave me the freedom to go back and do film and did stock footage. By the way they flow, and from the sea they sow. I'm looking for something that's specifically oriented towards ocean enthusiasts. Something that makes them go, wow, I've never seen that before. If you want unusual photos, unique photos, you have to have the commitment. So I personally will go through tremendous hassles to get one image.
Good morning, Greg. Great to have you with us. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, originally I'm from California, as you can tell by my accent. And I spent 4 years in one of the best film schools in the '70s called San Francisco Art Institute, where I learned the actual start to finish making films back in the days when it was actually film in the camera. And back in those days, you kind of had to go to film school to learn how to use all the equipment. Now, of course, it's way different because now with digital technology, anybody anywhere in the world can pick up a smartphone and get really good results with it. So I've gone from that period of time all the way until now, and I've seen a lot of changes in filmmaking, but the basic directing and the technology has changed, but the basic kind of instincts of making a film have stayed the same.
Now, last year, 2019, you came through Ipswich doing a school project working with schools. Can you just give us a little bit about that? And I guess if there's any little techniques that you taught those students that can roll over to our entries.
Well, since we emigrated to from the United States to Australia about 6.5 years ago, fortunately, your country gave me granted me a distinguished talent visa because of my international work. And part of that obligation that I felt was to teach and give back to young filmmakers. I've been doing this for 50 years. I'm 67. I've been doing this since I was 17. I've made many millions of dollars as a filmmaker, as a still fashion photographer. And at this stage of my life, I really enjoy teaching. So we started the Noosa Film Academy, my wife and I do, and we go and do school incursions around schools in Queens, and we've done about 70 of them so far. And we use different storyboards, and we create the same exact kind of look as making a film, but we do it in an abbreviated way, and we have the kids act it out, and there's dialogue, and we finish it in one day. So we try and recreate the actual hands-on experience of making a film and try and make it look, well, it is professional. We use the 5K Red Epic camera, which is state-of-the-art, but I try and emphasize to kids, it's not the technology, it's your vision and the way that you communicate with people.
Yeah. Oh, great. Cool. Now, you talked about cameras, and it's probably hard here to talk about how to set cameras up, but is there some helpful hints for our entries just about some basics with cameras? What have they got to get right?
Well, I think first of all, you got to plan and practice. For example, a guitarist, if he's going to perform, practices on a regular basis. You can't just pick up a camera or any tool and get professional results without practicing with it a lot. You know, as somebody that's like a musician, I tell the kids with a musician, if you want to perform professionally, you have to practice with the gear. So a lot of what I see with beginners is they don't really know how to use the camera gear first, and they don't have the camera. The equipment is not maintained, or there's not an extra battery, those kind of things. So I think first thing is be familiar with your equipment, have an idea and a storyboard in advance. and scout your locations and block out the action before you go do it. Because if you're fumbling around and you're trying to get people to act and usually are volunteering to be with you, you have to look professional and not waste your time or theirs. That's a lot of it. And try and have a beginning and an end to the story and be persuasive. And because when you're working with people, I don't say, don't do it that way. I say, that was great. Maybe can we try it this way now? But a lot of it is just people skills that you develop through experience. But really having a technical mastery of your equipment is essential part of coming up with really good results.
And just our last question I'd like to ask is around, I guess, credits at the end of the movie. How important is that, and why do we do that?
Well, the first thing is there's kind of a hierarchy in filmmaking when you see credits. The executive producer is the person with the money that's paid for it. The producer is the problem solver. Then there's the director, and there's the cinematographers and everybody else. And a lot of it is it's saying thank you to people. And I will go to extraordinary lengths to thank everybody that's helped me on a project. For example, if I go and I'm doing a job overseas, and I'm in charge of the credits because I've directed or I've produced the film, I make sure that everybody that has helped me gets that credit, because it doesn't cost you anything to do it, but it's just good manners, really.
Thank you very much, Greg, for your time.
You're certainly welcome. Thanks.
All right. Look, if happens to be a school teacher watching this and is interested in your business, how can they find you?
Well, we're called newsafilmacademy.com, and we can be found on the web. And you can see, if you're a teacher and contact us, you can see some of the films we've made. But since they are minors, we keep them private only for the students and the schools involved. But if you're a teacher and would like to get more information, please contact us. My wife, Andrea, takes all the calls and kind of manages everything.
Thank you for your time. It's been really great. I also want to give you my appreciation just for the time you're giving as a judge for this year's IFFY competition. So thank you very much for today and for the judging coming up.
It's been my pleasure. I can't wait to see the film, see what kids have come up with. Thank you.
Details for this year's competition can be found at www.ipswich.qld.gov.au/IFFY or just Google Ipswich Film Festival for you. Competitions are currently open but will close Friday the 19th of September, the last day of the Term 3 Queensland School calendar. Our awards event, the IFFYs, and our public viewing for all the films submitted for this year's competition will be Saturday the 17th of October. All going well, we'll be outdoors down at Rebel Domain on the big screen. If we can't, we'll do it live from here from Studio 188, live stream to your house. Thank you. I can't wait to see your clips. Have a great time. See you then.